Hello and welcome along to Charwell. We've got two big pallets of liquid fertilizer here, and we've got 3 fields that need covering in it. So let's get started. So we've hung around on the last day of spring. We've got all of our animals fed, so up to a good level. And I was looking at it and I'm going, well, we've got 3 fields that need fertilizing. We could move on to the next game day and do it, or we could do it on this when we know they're at a level where we want to get them done, and they're at and we're in a position to get them done. So this is going to be probably a fairly direct video, to be honest, and we're going to get these 3 fields done. Let's pull this alongside here, get the back done. Yep, that is refilling. So I'll show you which ones we've got on the map. So we've got field 42, field 42, 42, 44, and 31. All of those need doing. All of those need fertilizing. So if we can get them done this game day, you can see that we've also got patches of weeds hanging about. So it means that we can do fertilizing today, herbicide the next game day, and then fertilizing again on all these fields after that. 45 we have fertilized on this game day, but that does need doing again. We'll need to fill up from this. We have quite a lot of space in this this Amazon. There we are. Right, and that is full. So yeah, the one that we're gonna need to put extra fertilizer on, probably at the same time as we're doing herbicide on the other fields, is going to be 43. That is because that is getting closer and closer to harvest. It's actually been working really well for us, that field. It is our winter wheat, and it's going to be ready before the end of the summer. And looking at the weather forecast, I'll show you this as well. The weather forecast, we are on the final day of spring. So Wednesday is first day of summer, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. So the Sunday here at the moment is forecast to be a day where we're able, where we're going to be able to harvest, and we're looking at our wheat coming good at that point as well. So that is absolutely fantastic news. So let's get this sprayer up and running. And you can see here, this is brilliant. Great demand at the spinnery at the moment, but we don't have sheep and we don't have cotton, so not going to be much help to us. We do have plenty of spray, and yeah, it's really good news for us on here that we have time. And this is the thing on seasons. This is where you quite often get in trouble with seasons. Especially running it the way I do, where I'm making sure most of the time I'm running on a clock that's 5 times, 10 times, or 15 times. We're running it 10 times today because this should be about a half-hour job, I think, to get all these fields sprayed. But you tend to find that you run out of time to get stuff done, and as a result, you're always a little bit worried about what's going to happen. At the moment, we're good. We're actually really good. We've got the time to get these fields sprayed. We've got a decent sized width on our sprayer, so it shouldn't take us too long to do this. And by doing the headlands first means that we can easily see where we're going to turn around. It's a question I get actually a lot of time. A lot of the time is, why don't I do the headlands first when I'm seeding? And that is purely a realism thing on my part. I know most people, a lot of people, when playing Farm Sim, will do the headlands first seeding. We'll do the headlands first with almost every job, and then go, all right, now I know where to go up to. In reality, most jobs you would probably do the headlands first. So like spraying here, do the headlands first. But when you're seeding, you don't want to compact those headlands after you've seeded them. Yeah, it's one of those things. Right, I'm going to go up the middle of the field. I don't know if this is wholly realistic. But we're down this end here, and because I want to set myself up a GPS course, so let's do that there. There. Width. Away. Not too bad. Not bad at all. And this will just mean that I keep a nice width between my rows, and I'm not having to do any guesswork anymore. And just increases the efficiency of everything we're doing here. As I come up to the end of the field, and I'll... Whoa. Yeah, didn't want to actually disable that as early as I did. Now that, of course, is not realistic. Right, then on to the next row and work our way across the field like this. This is a really odd shaped field, field 42. It has, it has this big cut into it that ends up meaning that you do the last bit of the field on this side in two different bits. Just to sort of hiving off that section. And I find that more often than not, I end up going up the middle like this and then doing the bits of the field separately as a result. Trying to move my mouse a little bit slower these days, because lots of people on my videos have turned around and said, "Hey, can you, don't move your mouse about so much. Don't be so wild with it." So I'm trying to do that, and I'm hoping that's coming through on the videos now. But yeah, so this field gets very cut in two most of the time as a result of the way it's shaped, and you can see how it's happened this time as well. We're gonna turn right round and head back. I'm gonna go full pelt around the edge. We're moving at 9 miles an hour. I don't know if that is the top speed for spraying. That was the speed our course play was set to. Yes, 9 is the top speed for spraying, so that's all fine. And we're almost finished on this field. So it's this is our field. This is one of our fields of sugar beet, I think, actually. Yeah, it is. It's really good to see this doing well. This is going to be our crop. That's probably going to be the last crop we harvest in the year, despite the fact that it's been planted before the corn. We want to get the corn up probably before this, because this we can harvest in the rain. The corn we can't. So that will take precedent over this. So long as we can get this up before the second week of winter, we are good. So that is going to be our challenge with this field. We've got 2 fields of this, I think. Field 40. Let's have a look on our map. I think field 44 might be sugar beet as well. So we'll go and check that out. We're going to head up there now and go and check that out. But that has done well. We are only with 72% fertilizer left. So it looks like we kept a good level of fertilizer here. Now, what I want to check is we still have a full tank at the front. We have half a tank at the back. So I'm going to switch over to the rear tank. I think I unloaded. I did unload. That's not good. Right, which did I unload? I'm going to refill this quickly. Yeah, I think I emptied the front tank. Let's switch over. This sometimes happens. Heck, the last video I was doing this a lot, emptying when I meant to when I either meant to refill or switch. So we've now switched all the fertilizer over to the rear tank. We are just going to pop back to the shop quickly, top this up because we do have a little bit left at here, and this is going to make sure that we have enough for our other 2 fields. Now the 2 fields we've got to do left are field 31 and field 44. So field 31 is actually next on our route, so we're going to go and do that. Now, is this going to top out? It is going to top out here. We have got some left. So we can head back here and refill if we want to. There's not a lot of time, not a lot of, well, time is not an issue. It's not what I was trying to say, I think. There's not a lot of field left to do, and if that only took sort of 22-ish%, this one will probably take about half of what we got left, and field 44 is not going to take the other half, not by a long shot. One thing I am keeping an eye on at the moment is these fields here. Our wood chips, our poplars. That is because people have told me they regenerate, and they haven't yet, and it's getting rather late. We're looking at probably another springtime harvest on those at the moment. If that is the case, I think, well, after the next harvest we'd end up ploughing them in, because we kind of need them to come ready to harvest in those winter months when we've got nothing else to do, rather than in the spring where we're sort of trying to get lots and lots of jobs done, and a big or a long and a long job that takes quite a bit of time. Getting those done in that time of year is actually more of a detriment and a helpful to us than it is helpful. I do need to check their bales, because we've had some rain, and I want to make sure that those wood chip bales aren't diminishing as a result either. We've almost come round to finish off the headland, but what I'm going to do now is, on the way back here, once we get out of this little kink, I'm going to see if I can create the GPS for the rest of the field. So we'll come around and out of here. And it's not quite going to work how I want. So what I'm going to do instead is deactivate that, turn this around, because we do have this little kink here. We'll get this going like so. I'd like to see what I've got going on. There we are. So if I can get this to 90 degrees. Now what you can do is, I am snapping to terrain. I know, snapping to terrain angle, so that should do well. And then I can set my first GPS waypoint, start my spraying again. Just to get a nice straight line down this edge here. There we go. Do finish. And lift that up because we've got that caught in the hedge. There we are, on the fence. There we go. And so now we're in a great position, because what we've got is we've got our GPS set up. And we can just go across the field. Now, I seem to have got it. I've got it at a 90-degree angle to actually where I want it, because we're going across the plane of how it has been seeded at the moment. So what I'm going to try and do is redo this. I thought it was along the side there. It's not. So we'll reset this to make it actually better, and again that little bit more realistic. You'd go with the way that the field had been planted, if you could. So let's set ourselves a new point here. I think, did that set? There we go, that's set a point. And then we can just head down the side here. Probably got a little bit that needs filling in there by the looks of things, but otherwise okay. So set the second point, and away we go. Absolutely perfect. Means that we're now in a good position just to zoom through the rest of this field and get things going. So I'm going to talk a little bit now about what the plans are for the summer on this map, for our second summer on here. We're in a position where we've got some more piglets to sell, so we're probably going to do that over the next couple of videos as well. We need to get money in. As you can see, We've got £654. We are in a little bit of a need of some extra cash. So as a result, we are going to be selling some more pigs. Oh, we were going the wrong direction then. Spin it round. And away we go. So we're looking at trying to raise a little bit more money from pigs. We also have an abundance of corn at the moment. So we're going to be looking at selling that. That actually has a good selling point in a couple of days. You can see here with the corn, third day of summer is going to be one of the top 2 points of the year to sell corn. So we're going to be trying to do that at that point. That should bring us in a really good amount of money. It shouldn't be able to pay off our loan, but it should certainly be able to fund us getting a harvester for the doing our crops later in the year. So that's good news. I'm not buying one, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to rent one for the second year. But we are working our way up to being able to outright afford a harvester. It's not that far off, I don't think, especially doing the sugar beet on here this year. That is going to give us a really, really good amount of money off here. We've got canola, we've got wheat, we've got barley, we've got a huge array of crops this year that should allow us to move forwards. And I think we're gonna be looking at taking a hard look at how the poplars work for the farm as well. I'm not sure that they are a cost-effective crop for us to have at the moment, especially if they don't regrow in time for when we need them. So I'm going to have a look at them. I'm going to see if they they germinate next game day. If they germinate at the start of the summer, we might have a hope. If not, I think we might get the plough out and get rid of them and get a crop in there that we know can do well for us. Now looking at no, not looking at that map, looking at this, the only crops we can get in would be soybeans and corn. So I think we would probably try and get some soybeans in there. Not an overly English crop or overly British crop, but they do pay well. So yeah, we will see where we go with those two fields. And if it looks like we're not going to be able to do anything with the poplars, then we will see where we go. Now my biggest worry then is, can we get everything harvested? Will we be able to get it all done? We will see. I mean, having this many fields to play with is absolutely brilliant, but I don't know if we'd be able to get all of those crops harvested in the time. So we will see. We'll see where we are. We can always, as I said on the series before, we have always slowed the time down when we need to. If we know we've got imminent rain, then and we've got crops to harvest, we have slowed it down to 1 times just to make sure that we get that crop in. So no issues there with that. But we did have the issue last year with the corn being available really late and just having that run of wet days that stopped us from getting it harvested. We are well over halfway through this field now, and it's gonna be a good yield on here if we can get rid of these weeds. Yeah, those weeds are our next thing on here. I think what we'll do, we've got a little bit of a problem in that this is the tractor we have to use to sell piglets. We might have to at some point look at another tractor, because at this time of year, well, the alternative is that we go and use our TerraTrack for selling pigs, which means driving that along the road a lot. I'm interested to see what you guys think to that. I don't think that's an overly realistic way of pulling that trailer and selling those pigs. Maybe we could get a little spray tractor. It's a little bit counterproductive overall, but there are maybe a little Valtra A series or something, just so that we can have something that we can be spraying with, and then at the same time able to have this moving the pigs around the road. I'm intrigued, actually. How much would something like a little AC? Only 65,000. That's not bad at all. For a 104 is 100 horsepower. The highest is a 110, and that takes it to 70,000. So that would be a great little tractor to have as a spray tractor on the farm, I think. I don't know if we can put a front 3-point linkage on it. If we can't, then there's that wonderful 3-point linkage mod that has come out. So we could always add that to it to get the front spray tank onto it. So what do you guys think? Do you think that that would be a good purchase? Or a good thing to have on here? Alternatively, for about 35,000, we could get an old Massey. Something like I don't know if we have that enabled on here either. Yes, we do. So we've got these old Masseys. So 45,000 for that one. 35,000 for that one. Yeah. Or, wow, the little Arion is not that expensive either. 75,000. So that would fit in more with what we're doing on the farm here to get that little Arion. And we could always get a little front loader on it and make it that much more useful for doing things like bales and bits like that on fields. So yeah, let me know what you guys think to that. We do need to raise a bit of money, but at the same time, we still have space in what we can take loan wise, and we're looking at having a pretty good sale of stuff, both now and into the future. So I'm intrigued to see what you guys think. Well, we have a little bit of stuff to still do on this field, so we're gonna speed around the headland and just go and get that little bit at the far side done, that which will finish off the spraying on here. There we go, round, and then over here. So this is one of those episodes where we do a lot of planning for what we're going to do over the course of the next little while. A lot of it is still up in the air, to be honest. We've got a lot of stuff done. We've got a lot of stuff that we can do. And I'd really like to see how profitable we can make this farm this year. If we can get out of this year and we're able to pay off our loan, if we can make 300,000 this year on the farm, we'll pay off any loan we have to get for a new tractor or anything. What is our loan at the moment? Our loan at the moment is about it's 200,000. So we only need to make 200,000 to pay off the loan at the moment. Kind of makes me go, I don't need to get another tractor, but we are getting to the position now where at this time of year, especially when we got all of this spraying to be done, having a second tractor we can just send off on courseplay and then go and sell piglets and things like that. That would work well for us as well. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what you guys think and what your thoughts on this are. We have wow, we used well over half of our spray on that field, but we're still good. We've got plenty left, and this is our second field of sugar beet, so that's all good. Let's get this in here, get this sprayed, and then that is this job done and dusted for today. And then the only thing we should need to do, well, no, we do need to get one more spray of fertilizer on these fields and one more spray of herbicide, as we've seen from the state of field 45. So I think actually that second tractor, that is going to be pretty necessary going over the next few episodes in order for us to get this stuff sprayed twice more, and to get those pigs sold. We are really, and actually to get the corn sold. we are really, really going to need to borrow another 100,000, get ourselves another tractor, get ourselves a trailer to sell the corn, and yeah, and then we can start trying to pay that back as well. It still will be the lowest I've ever sat at for loans in this game. We paid it all off on Marwell. We did actually get there and pay off all of our loans on Marwell, but we went up to quite a big loan, and that was yeah, actually that was a very similar start to the one we had on here, where we sold everything off from the base setup and then went and bought what we wanted. So can we equal Marwell? Can we get to the point where we're at 0 and manage to sell everything off? With Marwell, we did it selling off silage, and that was the amazing thing. On here, we're not going to be doing that, but we do have, well, no, we do have a good cluster of fields, so we've got the potential to earn a lot off our fields as well. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how we do and where we get. Right, let's get this field sprayed and finished off. And that will be yeah, that will be another set of spraying done and dusted, and just in a really, really good position. In a place where we are in late spring. We have got 2 of our fields fully fertilized for the year. We've got one of our fields herbicided, got its yeah, we have got some weeds in this field, completely weed free. That does need one more spray. This needs one more spray, and actually, as do most of our remaining fields now. And we need 1 dose of herbicide. And I think a new tractor is going to be useful for that. So let us know in the comments, which tractor do you think we should get? Should we get something classic like the Massey? Should we get something more in keeping with our farm setup on here at the moment, like the Class? Or should we go for something a little bit different and get an A series Vultra? I am intrigued by what you guys think, but this is our jobs for today complete. It's 5:30 in game. I have failed to open the gate. There we go. And yeah, that is pretty much us for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.